Hello, this is Retro Workshop, and here is a list of all major video games, consoles, related products and other media released in the year of 1981. Video games released in 1981 include Scramble, Defender, Donkey Kong, Galaga, Frogger, Stargate, Turbo, Miss Pac-Man, Ladybug, Venture, Space Dungeon and Treasure Island. 1981 also saw a major port of Asteroids on the Atari 2600, and the first sim game for console is released, Utopia, for Intellvision. 1981 once again saw titles and steps in computing. Wizardry is released, Muse Software releases Castle Wolfenstein for Apple II, and Zork 2 is released. Atari computer magazine Analog Computing begins its 9-year journey, starting in the new year of 1981 and ending in 1989. The long-standing British video game magazine Computer and Video Games is published, ending in 2004. Electronic Games is founded, being the first dedicated video game magazine published in America, which ended in 1997. This magazine is seen as the beginning of video game journalism. Business ventures are seen as well, with many new companies including StarPath. Also, the US sees great market growth post Pac-Man, Space Invaders and Atari 2600. The arcade game market in the US generates nearly $5 billion in revenue in 1981, equivalent to $13 billion in 2019. The home video market in the US generates $1 billion in sales revenue, equivalent to nearly $3 billion in 2019. And the home video game market picks up in Europe, most notably the UK, being worth $200 million, equivalent to over $500 million in 2019. New hardware is seen as well, from Namco's Warp and Warp Arcade System Board, Sega Object Arcade System Board, which was the first dedicated system board for pseudo 3D sprite scaling graphics, to the release of the Sinclair Research ZX81 in the UK, which was significantly less expensive than other computers on the market. And IDM Personal Computer is released for $1,500. Also Commodore VIC-20 and PC 8801 home computers are released. Finally, console-wise, Nintendo's Game & Watch is released in Sweden, and Sega test markets the SG-1000 home console in Japan. Clearly, despite the spike in sales and popularity in the years 1972, 1974, 1976, 1978 and 1980, 1981 is ahead in almost every regard, with the likes of Defender, Donkey Kong and home gaming far outselling both Pac-Man and Space Invaders combined. For example, Donkey Kong is the third best-selling arcade of all time, selling 132,000 units, and it's here one can easily see a bright and long future for video gaming, with focus being on home consoles, not arcades, and where we no longer see spikes every 2 years, but rather every 12 months. Thank you.